My set is falling apart and my clothes are very different. Welcome back. So yeah, I'm back, and in today's video we're going to be taking a look at the Attack on Titan Iceberg. What's an iceberg? First of all. Second of all, do you live under a rock or something? An iceberg is simple. It's like, you know, you get the little stuff at the top and then whoa, all this. So, the Attack on Titan Iceberg. I found this one on Reddit. It's about a year old, but all the information in it is, you know, up to date in terms of the anime and stuff, because this was made by a manga reader, so, you know, it's caught up with the anime. Now, there are slight spoilers at the very end, but don't worry, I will warn you, and also, I don't think we're going to be getting to the end of this iceberg in this video. We're probably going to be getting the way to halfway, so if you want a part 2, leave a like on this video, and subscribe if you are cool. So you're seeing what I'm seeing right here. We got the iceberg, and as we go down, it's going to get more interesting, or basically more obscure. And I'm going to explain it to you. So first of all, the beginning is, everybody knows this, right? There was a gap, you know, when Attack on Titan was made, from September 29, 2013, 2017. Jean is a horse, Levi is short. These are common things that you can see, you know, on the surface, right? Get a little bit more down, and it's like, you know, maybe if you're a little bit more interested in the series, you'll know, you know, what's in the basement, the manga, AOT Junior High, which is a little spin-off thing that they do at the end of every manga chapter, Farmer-kun, all these dumb things, right? So let's get into the interesting parts. Base Flocc is pretty much just saying how a lot of people, specifically in a certain subreddit, seem to like what Flocc does. They basically, they kind of like what, his, you know, ideals and what he does. Personally, no. I don't think so, but some people think he's based. That's what that's about. OVAs just referred to the many OVAs that Attack on Titan has. You know, small little short stories. None of them are really important to understanding the story. Moving on down to the very scary Zeke, we have Erwin is right. Now, you can have your own opinions on this, whatever you feel. Whether or not Erwin is valid in committing the rumbling or not, leave in the comments if you actually do think he's valid. Personally, I do. I can see why he wanted to do it in his perspective. Obviously, in Attack on Titan, there are no heroes, so you can't say he's a good guy because he's doing it, but you can understand where he's coming from, you know? Like I said, leave in the comments what you think. Personally, I think he's valid in what he's doing based on his own perspective. Erwin over Armin. This is the common battle between whether or not it was Armin to live or was it Erwin to live during the ending of Season 3, Part 2. I like Armin, so I think he should have won, or I'm glad he's still alive, but some people think Erwin would have been better. Season 3, Episode 12 ending. This one's actually pretty cool. So, in the anime, Season 3, Episode 12, during the ending credits, it kind of glitches out and it shows a part of Season 3, Part 2, where they have to choose between letting Armin live or letting Erwin live, you know? And so that was basically hinted at very early on, and everybody was like, what's going on? Is that Armin? It's kind of weird because it did pretty much spoil a major part of Season 3, Part 2, but it was pretty cool at the moment. Moving on down, okay? Oliver Peak. So this one's cool. So Oliver Peak refers to the original design of Peak. So originally, Peakfinger, you know, the cart titan, was supposed to be a male, specifically a much older, like, middle-aged man named Oliver. And so this was supposed to be the original character. He was the cart titan. That's why the cart titan looks so weird when you first see it in the manga, and it doesn't look like Peak, or it doesn't look like the finalized cart titan, which is shown later on. That's because Isayama actually changed his decision to make Oliver, and instead chose to change it to Peak. And that was a very good idea. Before the Fall. So Before the Fall is I wouldn't call it a spin-off. Basically what it is a prequel to Attack on Titan, not written by Isayama, written by somebody else and illustrated by somebody else, but supposedly takes place in the Attack on Titan universe. Basically set 70 years before where we start. So the beginning of Paradise Island and how they learn to combat the Titans. It basically just goes over like how they created the 3D maneuver gear, and you know how they were setting up base and, you know, living in the walls to prevent Titans from getting in, stuff like that. Basically the foundation of how Paradise started. This is after King or Carl Fritz, or whatever you want to call him, erased everybody's memories. So there's not really much lore or like plot to that whole perspective, as more as it is just like, well, how did Paradise get to the point where it was when we first started Attack on Titan? So it's a cool little read that if you want to read, it's pretty cool, but it's not essential to the story like some people might think. Paradise is Madagascar. This one is pretty stupid, but basically people think that Paradise Island is supposed to be Madagascar, or our version, basically our Madagascar is Paradise Island. If we're thinking that the Attack on Titan world is similar to ours, or it's similarly created like ours. I can more see how maybe Isayama got inspiration from Madagascar to create the Paradise Island, but other than that, I don't think it's actually Madagascar. Future Eren in Season 1. This one is some of the coolest ones to talk about, by the way. So basically, if you go back to a few episodes in Season 1, specifically the ones where Eren is a child, so that's like Episode 1, Episode 2, stuff like that, you could see a guy who kind of looks like Future Eren pop up frequently during vital scenes as when Eren is a child. So for instance, when he first wakes up with the key around his neck, and also when he's on the boat leaving after the Titans have broken in, there's a guy, he's wearing a hood, and he looks like Future Eren, and people believe this is Future Eren looking at his memories. So there are a couple of points to say that this is wrong. The first one is that, where is Zeke? Because in order to go through Eren's memories, and during that time, Zeke had to be there. So clearly Zeke must be there, otherwise it doesn't work. Now if you're saying this is actually Eren with the Founding Titan doing this, that also seems not correct, because first of all, there's no reason for Eren to truly be doing this. With Zeke, there was a reason for him to go through the memories, just because Zeke wanted to show him how he was wrong, right? Also, even if he had the Founding Titan, there's no reason for him to look at these memories. Like I said, he cannot really alter these things. It's just kind of looking at it. So it's very possible, but I don't think that's what it was supposed to be. Time loop theory. This one can be its own video on its own, so I'm not going to get too into it because, like I said, it's very complicated. But the time loop theory basically says that Attack on Titan for a while was going through a time loop, and thanks to what Eren has done recently, the rumbling in Season 4, Part 2, he has somehow broken this time loop. Or, more specifically, the ending of Attack on Titan will break the time loop, and the time loop will be explained. As a manga reader, I do think the time loop theory is interesting. I don't know if it's necessarily true. There are a lot of pieces of evidence that could, debunk this time loop theory, but as a theory itself, it's actually really cool, and as a headcanon, I like to think that it's real, because it's pretty cool. Eren's dream symbolism, so I think I did this, I don't know if I did this as a video yet or not. I think I did it in the Attack on Titan foreshadowing, go check out that video, but like Eren's dream has some symbolism to the future events. I've already gone through this, so you can go check that video out. Oh, this video got way too long, so yes, I'm gonna have to do a part 2 as I said in the beginning of the video. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe on this video if you want to see more in the next part, where we're going to be doing the last 3 parts of the Iceberg. Those ones don't have a lot, but the ones they do have are very complicated. So yeah, make sure to like. Part 2 will be coming out probably in the next 2 or 3 days, but the next video I'm making is a video on Doctor Strange, so just don't get scared if you see another video and it's not this Iceberg Part 2. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. Peace.